Hi students, so we have a brand new version of Blender, the 2.8 version, and the interface is completely different than it was in the earlier versions. So we are going to just start from scratch, revamp everything. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall, and I do that in my program. You can go into settings, but when I go to my search, I can just start typing uninstall and hit enter, and that will bring me to my settings, and I can go to apps, and let's see. So I'm looking for my Blender. I'm just going to go ahead and do a search, and it pulls it up for me. I can click on that, and then it prompts me to uninstall. So I'm going to go ahead and uninstall it. Now, if you're ever having issues with your Blender and it's not working properly and you've tried saving and you know that you don't have a lot of mesh objects and the geometry isn't too complicated, it's very simple, but it's still not functioning properly, uninstalling your program and reinstalling it is a really good idea. It's also a great idea to try clearing the cache on your computer and then restarting your computer from scratch and seeing if that helps to fix it. If it doesn't, then please contact your teacher, Mrs Girot. You would want to give me a phone call. If you go into our course, at the very top, there's a folder in the content that says my contact information, my cell phone number's there. Give me a call, let me know what's going on. If I'm not busy at that time, we can jump in my classroom. You can share your screen with me, and I can help you figure out what's happening. So once you've got your old version uninstalled, just go to blender.org. Just type in blender.org and hit enter in an internet browser window, and it will bring up the download whatever the current version is. Now that they've completely revamped the interface, even if it's not 2.81a, if it's a different version, I expect that the interface itself is going to remain relatively consistent. So when you click on this download here, it's going to take you to a new screen, and you're going to have the option to download Windows, which would be the big blue button, or if you have a Mac, you'd want to click here. Okay, so I have Windows, so I'll click on the blue one. And you're breathtaking. Aw, Blender is now yours to keep forever. Perfect. So what you're going to do is you're just going to stick this. This is not Blender. This is just the installer app. So you're going to just put that in your downloads. Whoops, that's documents. Put it in your downloads. You can see the old one I already had there, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and click save. Do you want to replace it? Yes, I'll replace the old one. And for me, when I have a download, it shows up in my window at the bottom left. And once it's finished, I open it. But, you know, I've seen some students who have their downloads in the top right-hand corner. If you have a Mac, you know, you've got your downloads down here. So open up that file once it is installed. You could also go right into your Windows Explorer if you wanted to. So yeah, you could just go into your folder and type a search in for Blender, and it would bring it in there, and then you could go ahead and have this awesome window. Okay, so I just had to click more info and go run anyway. All right, so here's the Blender setup wizard, and you're just going to click next, and that you accept the license agreement, and I just let it put it in my program files, just like all your other program files are located in your C drive. Just let it do it automatically, and then it's going to continue installing. You're just going to wait patiently. Okay, and then once that's done, you'll click finish. and hopefully it's installed. Now, if you're a Mac user, I just want you to be aware that sometimes Macs don't want you to install software unless you pay for it or get it out of the Mac App Store. So if that's the case, you need to go into your security and privacy under General, and you need to make sure that you click anywhere under allow applications downloaded from anywhere. If it has Mac App Store, then you're not gonna be able to probably get Blender. Okay, so make sure you do that. And then once that's done, I just go in and go Blender, and it pops up here, and I can click on that, and it's going to open up Blender for me. So you can go into your Finder if you have a Mac. You might find it on your home screen. Mine's right here. So I could click on it from my desktop. And once you're in there, you'll see this interface, and it is pretty complicated looking. You've got a splash screen right here. So let's see, this splash screen's not asking me for anything. If you click on it, it goes away. Okay. If it asks you about settings, just go with the defaults. I'm not sure why mine's not asking me about any settings. I believe there's a place where you can change. Oh, I'm seeing it right here. Okay, under Edit, there are Preferences. Okay, so this is where you can change things the way that you want them. Okay, so if you don't have a mouse that has a left, a right click, and a scroll button in the middle, then under Input, you're gonna want to emulate the 3-button mouse, and you'll click on there. And that'll give you the Alt plus left to give you the 3 buttons. You'll have to play around with that or Google to figure out how to use that, since I don't have that mouse and I'm not sure. But okay, but congratulations, you've got Blender installed.